Hey everyone, tonight we're going to take a look at an intimidating 6x60 cigar by Jesus Fuego called The Judge. Okay, real quick before we begin the review, if you're new to this channel is all about cigar art and cigar reviews. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and consider clicking that subscribe button. Now on to the Judge review. I must have recently purchased a sampler from Famous Smoke Shop, and this is another exclusive cigar to them. And this particular Vitola is called the Animus. It's a 6x60, and that ring gauge for me is typically one that I really don't care for. It's a little big. I prefer more of the Robusto and the Toro sizes. However, I'm still looking for this stick. This is definitely an interesting looking cigar. It has a Matafina wrapper. It's one of those wrappers that is beautiful. It looks like a leaf. I mean, it has dark and light shades throughout of it. You know, this one has veins and some imperfections here and there, but it's just a beautiful looking wrapper altogether. And what pops on this cigar is the band. Now the band to me looks like something straight out of a comic book. It just kind of grabs you. It's nothing that really makes you take the cigar seriously or anything, but it's definitely a unique take on the band. And for me, it makes the cigar look like it's an intimidating stick. And with it being a full body, from what I've read about it, I expect this cigar to have a punch, but we'll see what the strength is when I start smoking it. Let's go ahead and light this guy up and see how it smokes. Okay, right from the first few puffs, what I pick up is some flavors that are similar to the pre-light draw. So I do pick up that leathery taste. The tobacco notes are much more amplified now. They're stronger. There's some bitterness to them. The black pepper, I'm not really picking that up like I was in the pre-light draw, but it's just mainly kind of those strong, bitter tobacco notes mixed with the leather. So I'll keep working on this and I'll come back with an update. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm about a half inch into this stick, and the flavors are really picked up. Those leather notes are still there. There's also some woodsy notes, but in that retrohale, I'm picking up a nice espresso. There's some pepper there too, but it's nothing that's too intense. I mean, it's not anything that scrapes the sinuses. But that espresso note, man, that just really kicks in. It's a really great taste in this cigar. Just a very good start to this stick. So I'll keep working on it, and I'll come back with an update at the end of the first third. Okay, I'm a third down now, and for me the cigar is really Jekyll and Hyde, and I took some notes because I didn't want to overlook anything. So the Jekyll part, or the good part of the cigar, is that, you know, especially early on towards the middle section of the stick, there was these espresso flavors, these sweetness interjected into the smoke, hints of black pepper, and overall the smoke was just very smooth. I mean, those flavors just all blended together extremely well. Now the Hyde part, unfortunately, is there's this dark wood, and that dark wood flavor has a very heavy taste that just kind of consumes my entire palate. And with those, it just leaves me extremely thirsty. And to make matters worse, there's this hints of cedar that kind of interject themselves into the smoke also, but they're very bitter. So I get this bitter, dark, heavy notes towards the end. Right now, I'm tasting more earth in this cigar, so it's starting to improve some for me, but overall, the flavor transitions, you know, when it's the sweeter espresso notes, I enjoy it more. When it comes to heavier notes, it just kind of takes me out of the smoke. And construction-wise, I'm definitely having issues. As you can see, the burn is extremely crooked. I've already touched it up twice. The ash is starting to snake tongue. The ash was doing well until my last touch-up, and all of a sudden it's starting to have problems as well. So construction-wise, I'm definitely struggling with this stick. I have to touch it up a third time, but I'm hoping that the flavors will improve, because at this point, to me, it's just an okay cigar. I'm not really enjoying it as much. However, there's, like I said, there was hints here and there where I thought this was an outstanding tasting cigar. So I'll keep working on through the second third and see how it changes. Alright, we're 2/3 down now, and for me that second third was definitely not enjoyable. In fact, I can't wait to finish the cigar at this stage. If it doesn't change, it's definitely going to be a negative review. But in the final third, or excuse me, in the second third, what I pretty much tasted was a lot of earth. Then there's this spice, and I'm not exactly sure. I can't put my finger on exactly what that spice flavor is, but it's a little off-putting. It's got a almost a pungent taste that just kind of sticks around. Now, I am picking up the black pepper again right here at the end of the second third, or the beginning of the final third. So there is this strong black pepper that just kind of hits your sinuses, but for the most part, just wasn't a very enjoyable stage for me. The burn also has been a nightmare with this stick. I've had to touch it up multiple times. The ash has been flaky. It's kind of snake-tongued earlier, as you saw, falling off. But, you know, it seems like as soon as I touch up the burn, it starts getting crooked again. So I'm not sure what's going on with this cigar, but like I said, at this stage, not really enjoying it. Hopefully the final third will improve. So I'll go ahead and progress through the smoke, and then I'll take it as far as I can, and I'll wrap up this review. All right, I still have a little bit ways to go, but I think I'm gone as far as I can with this cigar. At the final third, I'm still tasting that spice, that pungent type of spice flavor, and it's just a little bit too much for me. I'm not enjoying the cigar at all. So just to wrap everything up, the first third was great. Except for, like I said, it was kind of Jekyll and Hyde, so there were definitely hints of bitterness there that kind of took me out of the smoke. But then there was those sweet espresso notes that I really enjoyed with the cigar. So outside of that, the second third and even this final third, I'm just not enjoying enough to finish it. So it's definitely a stick I would not recommend. But maybe it's just my palate with this cigar. If you've had this cigar before, I'm curious to know what you think about it. Leave me a comment below if you like this cigar, if you think I'm just kind of completely off my rocker, or if it's one that you kind of agree with, that it just wasn't a very enjoyable cigar at all. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you guys on the next review.